Hello and welcome to date night. Oh my god, am I coming through twice? Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shorps Away.
I'm Devious Vacuum.
And
And
you
we're back.
are the stars. Welcome back.
Back
As
from
you may know,
Valentine's.
it is post-Valentine's. We took Valentine's off to celebrate Valentine's. Now we're back to celebrate New Zealand Valentine's.
Oh my god. Yeah, which we know is a week after Valentine's.
That's right. It's kind of like what, Canadian Thanksgiving, right? It's like Boxing Day.
Yeah.
It's like British Father's Day. I think that's also a week after. Maybe Mother's Day too.
Oh, I see.
Nothing's
Like
the same in this
Thanksgiving,
topsy-turvy world.
Yeah. Time works differently down there. I
It's
can't get
true.
over how much
When
it
it's
looks
summer
like,
here, it's winter there.
It looks like a Taco Bell Baja Blast has been turned into a milkshake. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's on purpose. I feel like that's intentional.
Yeah, and just like how their time is backwards, their toilets also flush the wrong way.
Yeah.
And they drive on the wrong
Wild.
side of the street. And they say meters and liters.
Yeah, not like God's own units.
Yeah. Look, the Lord didn't
Weird.
invent inches and feet to be blasphemed like this.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos from the YouTube channel Fundy Fridays for the past 2 weeks, and which is teaching me all about Christian fundamentalism, which you'd think, being from Texas, that I would know a lot about, but like my I like kind of lost track of all the hottest updates around like Sister Wives debut era, and like now I'm catching back up on all the lore, and I'm ready to make jokes.
How's the lore?
It's bad. It's rancid, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the two of the Sister Wives left. Yeah, Sister Wives in particular. 2 of them left, and one of them, and the third one is like estranged, and like the one that's close to him is like the recent one, which was sort of like almost like he was tired of doing it, and he kind of wanted to get out of doing it, just be with the 4th wife alone, and she wants to be with him alone, and you know, it's just very. I feel like it really gives a bad name to plural relationships. What, of course, I like polygamous cult shit is
Not really a relationship.
far away from polyamory, or like more open relationship. Obviously the wives don't date each other. Censoring myself on the stream.
And see, that's the difference between real life and our stream. We've got 2 wives to date in Please Be Happy, Chapter 2.
And we're all wives together. Like, it's an equal wife triangle.
3 wives.
Illuminati confirmed.
That's right. Triangle.
And you in our chat, we're all we're all a bunch of wives together tonight in this.
I'm always saying
Starbucks.
This. Look, they brought love back into this place. It's just
we found love in a hopeless place. Parentheses Starbucks.
Very true.
Yeah, last time we started Please Be Happy, and we finished the first chapter, which was very similar to the demo. Where
yeah, I think in fact we played through most of what we did in the demo, and then a little bit more.
Yeah, we have Miho, the fox girl, fox spirit who can turn into a girl, and we have Aspen.
It's kind of like Hello Kitty's boyfriend, Dear Daniel.
Ah, yes, of course.
He was a lesbian and also a boy.
Yeah, he am lesbian.
Exactly.
And then there's also the mysterious library owner.
Yeah.
Who, I don't know.
I thought this would scroll through more of the CGs.
I don't know
we could
what
get to
deal
her.
is.
But it's Juliet.
There she is, Juliet. So the only character that dresses like I would dress.
There we go. Very princely. Very Dracula.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't know, right? Like, we just, I mean,
Right.
I think we did confirm that she did know some bats.
We've made some assumptions. Well, she knows a bat or is a bat. Hard to say which is true right now.
Yeah, who can say? But we'll find out maybe this chapter.
That's right. Let's do it.
Aspen and Juliet definitely already have some sort of friendship or relationship.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Also, Aspen asked us an important question. I wonder if I can make it do it again.
How far did we get last time?
Incredible. We've got 8% complete. Let's do it.
Oh my god, that's such a low percent. Yeah, she's
Margie RG says, my
coded.
favorite phrase that I've seen so far, Dracula coded.
That's good. Webakar says, Gremlin, fail, wife, and girl boss.
Wow.
The three parts of the Triforce.
The three genders? The three parts of the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, exactly. Is not the whole and in the middle it says wife.
That's right. It's like one of those like Venn diagrams with three circles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like gatekeep girl boss.
Ray Day asked an important question. How do these align with the McDonald's chart?
Oh my gosh.
Gremlin is McDonald's, McDonald's.
Yeah, Miho is McDonald's for sure.
Yeah, the fail wife I guess is Aspen. Aspen is we have coffee at home.
Yeah, and Juliet.
Girl boss is or we have
like
McDonald's at home or whatever, and then yeah, girl boss is we go and get a coffee and leave. I don't remember exactly. I think that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that lines up.
Yeah. We have mint cappuccino at home. Mint frap.
Okay, time to get up.
Another really important thing about Miho is that she has a magical ability where, up until this moment, everyone who has ever met her has forgotten about her within 24 hours.
That's true.
And,
or within a short amount of time, at least. I don't know if they're... Yeah. She keeps saying a day. I don't know if that's an exact time.
Yeah, and very importantly, Aspen and Juliet have not forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to sneak around while I'm here.
Oh, yeah, I'm not stealing anything anymore. I'm not doing the illegal thing.
It definitely makes me wonder if that's really if that's really true, or if it's just the nature of the way she moves through the world. Like, you know, she's just observing that people in general don't really care.
Right. Coach Sleepy says it's a day in Fox time, which could be any amount of time. Can't trust those people for anything.
This is the place.
There's definitely something that Miho has established about herself, is that she is not particularly trustworthy, but she's getting better.
Yeah. It's funny because she's like a untrustworthy narrator, right? An unreliable narrator, except we're in her brain. She's unreliable to herself. Think about it.
We love an unreliable narrator. We love an unreliable fox girl.
To be fair, we are unreliable narrators.
She doesn't know how to be a person. It's great.
Right, she's gonna learn how to be a person. That was the important thing.
Oh, why is it so dark in here? Only the gamer laptop is illuminated.
Hey, there's a lantern there too.
Yeah. This is honestly my ideal office setup.
Also, it's a writer's laptop. She's got a Google Doc open.
Ah, I see.
Oh, you can see she's got a cane too.
Emails.
It turns into a sword.
Oh, for sure.
Good morning, Miho. Did you sleep well?
never had.
These are supposed to be representative of their actual heights, correct? That's what I'm supposed to take away from these CGs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I must
So
congratulate
Juliet just
you.
wears the
Would you
pants
like
very
to sit
high.
down?
Yeah, they're high. They're definitely high-waisted pants. That's
Right.
very princely.
Sure. Thanks.
And Miho's baby.
Right.
Would you like some tea?
Sure.
Never had tea.
How? Well, this is where we're gonna get into real controversy, as I say that tea is better than coffee.
It's true. That's our official position here on Date
That's
Night.
right.
We love Diet Dr. Pepper, and we like tea better than coffee.
Now, do we like those two things together? No.
No.
Please.
If Dr. Pepper made a tea,
What would it
would
taste
wear
like?
it like this?
Like
or
cherry? Would they make like a weird cherry, fake cherry tea? I don't want that.
Yeah, I
Look,
feel like a chocolate cherry would probably be close.
Yeah, they're already pushing it with the Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. I don't need Dr. Pepper invading my life more than it already does.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, thank you.
Right, it says you spent too many months hiding your preferences during Cafe Enchanté. Live your truth. Thank you.
Yeah. I think I'm on my way to eventually liking coffee. I don't think I'm ever gonna like it
We'll
more
have
than tea,
breakfast in a
but
little while.
I just need to get
Us
older and
usually
enjoy
comes by
bitter
to help open the
things more.
library.
I just like artificial coffee flavor.
Mm.
That sounds nice. Does
Lamokar
she look
says
like
you can
the
make your
summer?
own keto Kahlua with tea, which is a deeply cursed
My,
sentence to
that's
read, and I
astute.
don't
It-
want to know
You're
more.
correct.
Like, this is
Although
not
I'm
a
able to
this is
tell
not
that
like a
it's
character
sun.
judgment
I
on
do
anyone,
prefer the dark.
but like that just sounds like a little bit of desperation, right?
I
Yeah,
wasn't sure
there's a
if
lot
you
of
knew I was a
desperation in
vampire or
keto.
not.
Yeah.
I figured it out just now. That explains how you.
That's why you can't spell keto without most of the letters of cope.
Okay, sorry. You can make a keto Kahlua with coffee, but not with tea. I don't.
Oh, can you make? I see. I misread it.
Kahlua.
I don't know if I want to, right? That's the issue.
Indeed.
Yeah, surely you
That
can.
said,
I guess you could
I
call
have
it
my
that.
dear
You can
friend
call it
Orpheus
Kahlua.
to
What is that?
thank
Just
for helping me know
coffee
where to
and
find you.
instant coffee and vodka?
Yeah. Also, we learned. Okay, so it is another bat.
Ah, okay. So she's got bat friends, or there's other vampires.
I'm guessing that there are other
bat,
bats.
you know, or something. Bat people who can transform into bats.
Also-
Weird.
No, Orpheus is a bad.
I appreciate that she's just like,
Not
yeah,
a
also I'm a
vampire.
vampire. Anyways, let's move on.
Sorry, we spoiled that for you, everyone. Chat. That's
Yeah.
we have to.
So
I feel like it
that's
was
what we're
in all the
talking about.
advertisement. I
I
think
was
that we
wondering.
just
Yeah.
knew that and they just hadn't said it yet. So,
Yeah.
is it really spoiling?
I have the pleasure of knowing several of Wellington's local bats. They keep me apprised of news from around the city.
Incredible.
You're not like, you know.
Is she, a murderer?
Oh, heavens no! I consume as little blood as one of my kind can, and what I do partake of is freely donated.
She holds blood drives at the library. But they're,
The city and its people. I'd never.
just
have
not
known
that way.
I'm a vampire, but I'm not problematic. Okay, Louis de
Besides, I
Pontiac.
had quite enough of that during my time in the underworld.
The what?
Is that where you come from as well?
I mean, I know
Yeah.
they mean
Let's
like the
get some
surface
fucking
world
lore.
because they're in the sky right now. But what if it was hell?
I'm not from the underworld.
Oh my god! Wait,
I'm from Korea.
incredible.
I've heard
Across
lots
from
about
what?
it, though. I'm one of the only fabled I know of who doesn't come from there.
Oh, so
For a
they
long
all
time,
of the supernatural
I
things
didn't
are
even
called
know that
fables
other
in
fable
general.
existed.
Okay, so we're getting lore.
Okay, so that weird
Indeed.
spinning turnip
Gumio,
isn't
like
a
yourself, are
fable.
some of the
It's
few
just
I know of.
another thing.
There's known.
Oh, she's
Wait,
a Gumiho named Miho.
Miho? Is that what I'm called? That explains a lot.
Goo Miho.
You didn't know, but you go by the name Miho.
Just because I like the sound, I thought it was more like a nickname. I change it up wherever I go. Gumi, Homie, Migu.
Look,
I've never had a
I
real
can
name.
do any name based on the 3 syllables of the thing that people call me.
I didn't even know I had a kind.
Homie. My name's
I've
Homie.
never met someone else like me.
Sid says, thanks for the fox, homie.
Shut the fuck
I
up!
wonder if we have much in common. Are there any other Gumio in Wellington?
None that I know of. It's possible.
Makes me
though.
wonder if the fox ear thing is just like an imperfect transformation,
I'm not
or if
sure
that's
what I'd
like,
say if
oh,
I
everyone
did
just looks
meet
like
one.
this if you're a Gumiho.
I wonder. Will we find out?
I don't know.
An important thing about Miho is that she doesn't know anything. She's literally a fox. She
Right.
knows what a fox knows.
And other things about, yeah, so, you know, the tastes of every snack food that's been left out in the wild before.
Oh, that'll be Aspen. Shall we go down to breakfast?
This is what we're
I'll
gonna call
never say no
streamer
to
lore.
that.
Because I'm gonna argue that Miho's favorite food is the peanut butter and cheddar cracker sandwiches.
Okay.
I just think that's like that to me is like, oh my god, that's like the primo camping snack food. So I just think that she's probably eaten more of them than anything else
Yeah.
in life.
I agree. Do you think as a fox she prefers peanut butter snacks or cheese snacks?
Because
Because foxes are like dogs, right?
I think we have this conversation. We've had this conversation multiple times on the stream, and every time we've just been incorrect. So yes.
I'm googling do foxes like peanut butter?
Good morning, Aspen. It's nice to see you again.
Yes,
Good
they
morning,
do.
Juliet.
Okay.
Not cheese though.
They don't like cheese.
It's
And
not
you
on the
too,
list of
Miho.
things they like.
I must admit,
Okay.
I was a little worried you might run off.
Where's
during
video games on there?
I
You don't
may
eat
have
video
thought
games.
about it a little.
When's the first Fox gamer?
After I went to bed,
There have been a
though,
lot of
I
gaming
was out
foxes.
like a light.
Please.
You're probably right. Yeah, Star Fox,
Yeah.
His
Sonic
father.
Fox.
Sonic Fox. Yeah.
Glad you decided otherwise then. Living in the library sounds like heaven. I can't
Aspen
believe you
is
think
the
about giving
tallest.
that up.
And she has a hat.
She does have a hat.
Anyway, I'm opening today, so I can't stay too late. I'll go ahead and take care of the windows.
I'll get started on breakfast then. Would you like grape or strawberry jam?
I think I'm feeling like strawberry today. Oh, or some of that orange marmalade if there's any left. You have to let Miho try that too.
I'll see if we have it. Is that a nonce you have with you? You can just leave him on the desk for now.
It sure is. I'll be taking Jax on the way out.
Are those
Jax?
bats? Are those bats?
Jax?
I'll write it down.
Oh, it's a book. Author name. I was hoping that they were
Who's
bats
Jax?
named after.
Anonce. I don't see anyone.
I hope she was.
Well, wait. Hold on.
This
Okay,
is
okay.
a nonce.
Okay, it is a book.
Yeah, the author of the book. Yeah.
Just need to make sure.
He's the author of
But I was
this.
hoping that they were
Juliet
talking that the
suggested I
bats
read
were
some of
named.
his work, but
Yeah, they well they could be named after authors.
Yeah, I hope so.
Huh.
Well, let me tell you about a little book that you shouldn't follow, of things that you shouldn't do in real life. It's called Into the Wild. That's one better left
Wait.
read.
Like, wait, I've done these things.
So it says, "This is my baby bat, Chuck Palahniuk." Also, what an experience with tea.
Yeah, also Miho can't read. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
this has been confirmed.
established. She's a fox. She can't read.
She never learned. She says she reads picture books.
Yeah, she knows like some basics, like she knows numbers for money, but like that's it.
Yeah. Oh, who are we watching? So, Juliet's making breakfast. Aspen's book doing the windows.
Well,
I think Juliet sounds better.
I think that we would go get food for sure. That's
Yeah.
way more interesting to me.
We're a scavenger.
Yeah.
Follow your nose. It's like a toucan, Sam said.
Sure is.
I always get worried that I'm gonna mix him up with the Cocoa Puffs guy, but that's Sunny. And I keep forgetting his name too.
That smells great.
It doesn't come up much, right? Like, no one ever calls him Sunny.
Oh,
Yeah.
Miho. Go ahead and take a seat if you'd like. This shouldn't take long.
And it's
We're
like,
gonna find out. I guess Juliet. We'll find out what kind of vampires they got in this world.
yeah.
'Cause I assume Juliet is baking breakfast for Aspen, but she herself does not eat.
Well, that's a good question, right? Like, can she eat? I guess we'll find out,
What you
right?
making?
I assume that she can eat, it just, like, doesn't provide any sustenance.
Fried eggs and
We'll
toast
find out.
with some fresh fruit.
It's what we
It's what
usually have.
Is that all right
Mhm.
with you?
Better than alright. I'm almost drooling just thinking about it.
This is what it's like. This is also what it's like being in college, right? Is like, Miho's just the kind of
Yeah,
person
yeah,
who
yeah.
just eats instant ramen, and the first time that they, like, go to someone's room where they make food,
I hope
they just,
that
like,
it
lose
lives up
it.
to expectations
Yeah.
Oh, she does the toast in the pan, huh?
Yeah.
Sure did
Old-fashioned
that
style.
fast.
Yeah.
then. Practice makes perfect, as they say. And I've had quite a lot of practice. The bats enjoy fruit as well, so I tend to keep a lot of it around the house. If
Makes
there are
sense.
any items
Yeah.
you'd like me to keep around the house for you, do let me know.
And they can be. Or you can be like, what, I
I'll
want
tell you if
individual
I
bags of
think
Fritos?
anything.
What you gonna say, no?
Does she know they're called Fritos, or is she gonna say like the yellow and red bag?
Oh, that's probably correct, yeah, right.
All set on my end.
Thank you. I just finished cooking too.
So, Miho, how will you be spending your first day as an official Wellington resident?
Well, it's not official yet. We haven't done any paperwork.
I don't know yet.
I'm technically
I
still
haven't thought about
still
it.
Yeah.
illegally entering the country.
Now that you mention
Yeah.
it, I'll have a lot more free time now, huh?
Now that I'm not scavenging.
Usually I'd go hunting for food or looking for a better place to stay or...
Or
You know. Or.
If it's something you don't want to share, don't feel that you must.
Stealing.
right, that too.
Oh, the scroll.
Oh, I see.
Now, if anyone can read that scroll, I feel like it's this team right here.
That's right.
No, it's okay. I've been looking for someone.
It looks
They
legible
gave
to me,
this
someone who can't read.
a long time ago. I don't know what it says.
Is that Korean? Maybe Chinese? I'm not able to read either one, unfortunately.
They remind me of older Chinese characters.
Aspen, you're
I
speaking over
can't see
Juliet,
it
please.
myself. Sorry.
It's okay. Nobody I've asked could read it either. For all I know, they might just be scribbles.
We're
I
in
thought
a
that
library. I bet
maybe
you can
if I
figure
knew
it
what
out.
it said.
There's
You
gotta
have the
be a
whole
translator
internet.
book, or we gotta be able to meet
you can-
someone.
If you could only read, you would have the whole internet to look it up.
You could also, we do know someone who may know, right? We did meet a kindly
Who
Asian
exactly
father
are
the other
they?
day,
Oh
If
my
I
god,
may
what if
ask?
the kindly Asian father knows?
right?
That would be really funny.
They're a traveler. I learned that word just to be able to describe them. They were the first human I ever met, and they told me stories about the rest of the world.
And you've been searching for them ever since then?
Yep. For as long as I can remember. I met them back in Korea, when I was a fox. I couldn't understand what they were saying. Not until much later. But that never stopped them from coming to see me. I don't know their name or even where they're from, but I'll definitely recognize them when I see them again.
After long as Julia speaks first. Damn, that's crazy.
A wizard.
In that case, I'd be happy to assist in any way I can.
Me too, of course. Speaking of which, I may have found something useful to you. I was doing a little bit of research on Gumiho last night. They were surprisingly
Just
little
like
to be
Bella Swan
found
opening
compared
up
to some of
Google
the
and
other
typing the word
fabled.
vampire in and hitting enter.
That's right. Also, I think it was Bing?
Wait a
Was
sec.
it? I'm sure it was.
You found out
I'm
that
sure it
Anna
was.
Gumio too?
Well, yes. It wasn't too difficult to look up. Is that odd?
All through the power.
Well, you
of
can't
reading.
read.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, first of all, knowledge is power. Second of all, you can't read. What do you expect?
Guess not.
You're a fox. It's okay. Nobody
Yeah.
expects you to read.
Anyway, I was trying to find out why Juliet and I can remember you when nobody else can. Although I didn't find anything about memories in particular, there was one story that claimed a Gumiho's curse doesn't take effect until a full day later.
Oh, of course. And since you and I both saw Miho again before too much time passed, we didn't forget her.
Right, that also makes sense from what you told us yesterday, Miho, doesn't it? You said you don't tend to talk to people a second time.
Yeah, I usually try to avoid it, really.
So as long as you keep interacting with them once every 24 hours, you just call in. It's kind of like when the Xbox has to make sure you're online,
So
right?
that means that all you have to
Yeah,
do
it's
to
kinda like
avoid
when Netflix
forgetting
wants to
about
suspend your
Miho
account.
is-
That's right. Yeah, if you gotta check in once. You gotta watch a program once a month, or else you get shot by
See her
Netflix.
every day. Forever.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sword Art Online in that way. Well, Aspen's normal as far as we know, but like Juliet could exist forever.
Well, it's more like what are the odds, right? Like eventually things are gonna happen, and you might not.
Sure. What if she decides to move away, right?
Yeah.
It was a right good idea. What if we taught her how to Zoom? Or like
yeah, that's
FaceTime.
true. Or text. Does
Yeah.
that count?
Yeah. What if she does TikToks?
It says Miho has to stand
Well,
up and shout McDonald's
that's
to
not
wave the
bad at all.
curse.
Preserving the memory of those you hold dear is one of the most important parts of life.
It really is. So, anyway, about Jax.
Yeah. It's
They're gonna teach her how to
overwhelming.
read, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight. I don't think they understand that she doesn't know how to read. I think they haven't really figured that out yet.
Yeah. That's also fair. They put in
Yeah, she's a
research.
fox. Look at her little face.
Hope.
Aww.
I want to learn how to be a person.
You go, girl.
You want to... What?
I'm always saying this. What?
Be a person.
I want to get a
to know
fucking
about the things
clue.
you two are talking about.
I want to be able to read.
All the stuff that you give me a weird look for when I don't know. I want to learn about it.
Alright, first thing we're going to teach you is the different types of cuisine.
I'd say that you're already well on your way.
This is Star Wars.
Miho, there are some things that you can't rush or change overnight. This is definitely one of them. That said, starting can be the hardest part. You've already taken the first steps.
So
what
true,
Juliet
bestie.
said. I'm sorry, too. I didn't mean to keep
Oh, I'm
you out of our
sorry.
conversation.
Just gonna say that.
No,
We're just gonna keep
it's
saying
okay.
it over and over again. This
I was busy thinking
whole
anyway.
stream. Sorry.
I can't stop looking for my person, of course, but
My
maybe
person?
I can do more than that.
I guess
too.
as a fox, that seems about appropriate. Like, that's my person.
Yeah?
We'll help you in any ways that we can.
It'll have to wait until later, though, because I need to be leaving for work. I'm sure Juliet needs her rest, too.
Thanks. I am rather tired. Will you be all right on your own for the day, Miho?
What from the past day would give you any evidence that she will be okay on her own?
I'll figure out something to do.
Excuse me? Okay, here's the thing we need to do, right? Miho just needs to become one of those people that works out of a
Wonderful.
Starbucks.
Here, let me take those.
We just give her a laptop. We gotta teach her how to use it, but she just takes it to Aspen's little little coffee shop, and it just works out of there.
Tomorrow I have to go in earlier than
You know, we
usual.
never figured out if Juliet actually ate any of that food. They said that they put the food out for all 3 of them. No idea who
Yeah.
ate what.
If you come
No.
by, I can make you that drink again, Miho. As long as you promise not to run away.
Just imagining it's like the scene in Dark Dreams Don't Die, right? Juliet's just like playing with the food, and Aspen eats it,
Yeah.
Sure.
and now Miho
Yeah, yeah.
also
Don't
eats
worry.
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
going anywhere this time. Although, will it still be at home?
At home?
Like,
Oh, Ray Day's right.
On the house.
Oh, on the house. Yes, of course.
Cool.
This should probably be the last time, though, or my boss will start getting upset.
That's very funny. That's good. But Ray Day says, just give Miho a laptop with no internet and let her play the T-Rex jumping game for 8 to 10 hours. Good idea.
aw,
First
Yeah.
steps.
hey. It was nice while it lasted.
You know, getting a job might be a good idea if
Oh,
you're
no.
serious about living a normal
Oh, I don't think
life.
she's ready for that. I don't think she's ready for that job.
It's hardly the most fun, but
Especially
then
in this
you
sort
could
of,
buy as many fairy kiss chillers as you
This
want.
sort of smaller city where like
Yeah.
everybody
Job?
knows, like if
Sounds
you
like a
made a bad
pain.
impression or had a work disaster, like those people wouldn't be gone from your life,
Yeah.
from your radar.
I guess she's gonna work at the library, right? Though I guess that implies, does
Well-
Juliet must make money somehow, right?
She has investments
Well,
like
it's
all
just a
vampires.
suggestion.
Right,
to
so
Juliet.
She
like,
owns all the
Miho.
real estate in Wellington because she's
right,
lived
so
there for
Juliet could probably like
200 years.
pay Mio some amount of pay to like organize the library or like learn to read, right?
Yeah, that would be a good practice job.
Yeah. Like you just have to organize, you don't have to really talk to people. And then later
But
we
it
can
would
work
be
you up to
less
being
funny.
a barista.
It would be less funny though.
Yeah. Actually, okay, hold up. We need to go back and meet that bird girl barista also again.
Yeah.
Well, what do I do now?
You know what her deal is. Maybe she can help us get a job.
They have to be in a relationship, right? Like, because, like, so what happens is, so Juliet makes breakfast.
Juliet
before
and Aspen are in a relationship?
Yeah, before she goes to bed every day. And Aspen always comes in the morning to say hi to
And
Juliet
do
and
something
open all the
around here.
window- Open all the windows. Because
Guess
she
I'll
can't be in
explore.
the direct sunlight.
Yeah. That's
I guess
right.
they could be friends still, but like, I don't know. I think
They're like
they're in I
besties.
think they're in a relationship. But well, Juliet definitely has a case of wife gone, so we'll have to really delve into that.
Do people recognize her scrolls? They're like, damn, I know that scroll.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I think about like all the Ayakashi and Dairoku.
Oh, yeah?
She can't work retail.
There's no way.
She barely knows the differences between the money.
Yeah, I don't think she could ever, like,
She can't.
Ring someone
she can't
up.
learn to make change. Yeah, she's not ready for that yet.
no. She could, like, again, she could, like, sort stuff. She could, like, put stuff out on racks.
Yeah.
What's a waffle maker do? Saxophone.
This is already harder than I thought.
And we already know that she can't read, so she can't look up like an index of like, what are these things? Jeez. Really is like a Starbucks. This is the in and out of coffee shops. Is it the Bird Girl? When do we get to meet Bird Girl again?
Hold your horses.
No, I'm concerned about birds, not horses.
Oh.
So it seems like it implies that like this is just like a larger sort of like, you know, those like little libraries that people put out in front of their homes, right? The little bookshelves. It sounds like it's like that, but like a building. Like there's just like a checkout list where you just say what books you took. That's crazy.
Yeah, possible. Because like obviously Juliet's not there.
Yeah.
So I
Aspen's
can
not
board
there.
Outside or board inside?
We need to get you a hobby. Get this girl a Game Boy.
I mean, having some kind of like goal-oriented task like to would help her probably learn more.
Guess all I can do
Yeah.
is wait for
Reading
Juliet.
skills. Like she could play Typing of the Dead.
Oh yeah, that could teach her at least typing, though
May
maybe
as
not
well
teach
get
her a word.
comfy.
Or we could start her out on Humongous Games or something.
All right, now it's nighttime.
That nap
That's
went
right.
better than I expected.
Friday says, "Yas, this bitch would flip out over a speak and spell." Yo. Just go start when she's like gotta like find her own laptop or stuff. She just goes up to him and was like, "Yo, does this have Freddy Fish installed?"
Yeah, where are the library computers where she can play edutainment games?
Yeah, right.
Good
Play
evening,
that one where
Miho.
you're like a dog
I'll
and
be
you're
with you
doing
in
like
just
a
moment.
dungeon crawler to find various items in the yard.
Is she drinking a blood bag like a Capri Sun? Oh, she's meeting with the bats.
Yo, look at these bats.
We get to look at this bat sprite so much. We are so lucky and blessed.
We are so blessed.
What are their names?
The fact that one of them just perches on the shoulder. Oh, Bugs.
Bugs!
All right, here are the last ones.
Whoa. Oh my god, is it a carrier bat?
Thank
Oh my
you,
God.
Orpheus. We'll see you soon.
They're probably not named after authors, but I want to know what the other two were named after.
Yeah.
My apologies, Miho. You caught me just at dinner time for the bats.
It's okay. I just woke up.
Oh? I take it you had a busy day then.
I mean, for a fox's definition of busy.
Well, not really. Just walked around for a while and then took a nap because didn't know what else to do.
I see. I'm sorry to have left you on your own all day.
But as you know, I'm a
I
vampire.
should have made sure you were taken care of before I went to sleep.
You had some coloring books, activities, enrichment in your enclosure.
Yeah.
What are
Gonna
some
teach
of
you how to
your
do a
hobbies?
Sudoku. Get you the times.
Uh-oh.
There are all manner of things tucked away in this room. All that throughout the library.
Hobbies. I don't think I know that word.
Something you do for fun, just because you enjoy it.
Steal. For rhymes.
Eat.
I don't really have anything like that.
Right. My Motion Star says Miho gets into Gunpla. Do not give her Gunpla. She will eat the pieces.
My God, you
I
will.
think I understand. Well, perhaps that should be our first order of business. I believe you'd find your life
like
much
crosswords?
enriched with something amusing to do.
I mean, look, Miho could probably be satisfied with a little cup with a ball on a string, but we could do better.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what?
It could be anything. A sport, an art, or even something like watching television. Whatever brings you joy.
Pretty sure I've never tried any of those.
Then, it seems we have plenty of options to start with.
What do you think, Miho? Okay. Here's the dark option. Everything Miho learns about humanity is from reality TV.
Yeah, that
I
would
know
be
you've
funny.
done a lot of walking today already.
Miho, you ever heard of MILF
but I
Manor?
need to go into town to
Ah,
crazy.
finally.
Would you be interested in accompanying me? Maybe we'll see something along the way that strikes your fancy.
We should just do the we'll just do
Sure.
the like
Fine by me.
the pandemic classic and just teach her how to bake bread.
To do.
Yeah, yeah. We all know you can get really into baking bread.
Yeah.
Craft brewing, says Sid.
And in the back of the library there's just a
Game show
huge
channel?
barrel of hops that she's dealing with.
Yeah. Right, it
be
says,
us then.
Juliet, how can they be sisters but also wives?
No! Do not show her!
Uh,
Also, do you think foxes understand that? I don't think so.
I don't know what the
So,
fox
Miho,
model of relationships is.
enjoying
It's probably
Wellington
all
itself so
communal,
far?
right? Family,
Yeah.
very like family based.
Yeah, because
Like-
I mean,
'cause, like-
as we all know, dolphins are the only other species that have relations for pleasure.
I like it.
So I think
It's not too
foxes,
big and it's
I
not
think
too
foxes,
small.
like many
Look that
animals,
there's
see
the
it as
ocean
more
and
as like a
mountains close
business than
by.
like a, you know.
She's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yes, we're truly fortunate to live in such a paradise.
How'd you end up here in the first place? You said you came from the underworld, right?
Tell me about the underworld.
That's correct. Ugh, I was much wilder.
Yeah, I
and
bet.
responsible
In hell?
those days.
Yeah.
But then, I met someone who changed my life.
Persephone.
Someone who
My
made me want
wife.
to be a better
My
person.
wife.
My wife, Persephone.
Part of that meant reinventing myself with a new life in a new place.
Or do you think she just met like a human woman, like apropos of nothing?
Rather
Yeah.
like what you've been doing too.
Huh. I can't picture you being crazy like you said.
Oh, you know, I murdered a lot of people.
That's something of a relief.
That is crazy.
But it was certainly true at the time.
You don't seem like a party girl.
Sometimes it does feel as if I was an entirely different person back then.
I dressed exactly like this, but all black.
It
Well, it
can
was
be
covered in
difficult
blood,
to
so-
Right.
reconcile who we were.
So it's all
with
red.
Who we are, or want to be.
Doesn't seem like you had too much trouble with it.
I wouldn't say that. For one, this was very long ago. And even now, I continue to change. Everyone does. Perhaps in a few hundred years, I'll look back on these days, and they'll also seem like someone else's life.
Maybe.
Finally, the immortals can just sit and chat about the big questions. Sid says, Juliet, one day I might find myself morbing out.
Right.
I've got a question.
What is it?
Damn, that was a sick maneuver. That's a Castlevania backstep.
Yeah.
Do you always
She's
walk
got all the
places?
moves.
Yeah.
Don't teach this fox to drive.
As opposed to?
Flying. Can't you turn into a bat?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. I suppose I can. I do so only sparingly, though.
I assume that if people knew she was a vampire, it would be a little less friendly here, right?
That I appreciate
Yeah.
life
Oh,
more
also
as
this.
a human than as a bat.
Why? That's weird. Like being a fox a lot more. Being a human just feels clumsy. Your arms and legs are way too long and get in the way all the time.
Plus, I don't know if I'm supposed to wear pants like this. Or like...
I suppose that's true. It can be quite awkward at times. Or even embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly! I've never been embarrassed as a fox.
I understand. There are certainly downsides. I believe the good makes up for the bad, though. Some things are only possible as a human, or fabled.
Like what? I can't think of any, other than talking like this.
Hanging out alone.
Hanging out alone, doing like one of those food truck circuits,
Like
being
one
on
gaming.
Amazing
one
Race.
thing, as our dear friend Aspen would
Oh!
surely mention.
Does Aspen write? Oh my god.
Like dancing. Have you
Well,
ever
she has a
danced,
journal.
Miho?
This girl obviously writes fanfic. Like, look at
Right.
her.
Nope, never. I don't get why people do it either. Don't tell me you like dancing. Is that your hobby?
I must confess that I do enjoy it. At times, that is. I wouldn't call it a hobby. But with the right person, at the right moment, it can be quite nice.
If you say so.
I think if you showed Miho that clip, you know the clip that has like that dog dancing next to that guy? You know the one I'm talking about?
Dog dancing next to a guy.
He's like doing like a big like head, kind of like a head
He's
movement,
swirling,
like the dog.
swirling his head around and around
Yeah.
and around. Yeah.
Yeah. Just show him that. It's like, oh, now I understand how animals dance.
Yeah. She understands headbanging.
Yeah.
So, on that note, I should have asked this earlier. Are there any hobbies that you have as
Stealing.
fox?
It's still stealing.
I never thought about it that way. Now that you mention it... Almost everything is better as a fox. The sun feels nicer on my fur than it does on my skin. Flowers
like sleeping.
smell better and more interesting when I sniff them. It's more... vivid.
Yeah, well, humans have more taste buds and thumbs. So grow up.
She already learned the word
You do make it
vivid.
sound lovely.
That's
But
right.
Are those things you do for fun?
Well... guess not. They feel good, but they're not fun.
That's still valuable too.
I like barking at mailmen.
That's fun.
Yeah. How do I get a job that's that?
The first stop I need to make is down here. After that, we'll go look around and see if there's anything fun.
Brady says they're not hobbies, they're self-care.
Yeah. She still hasn't brought up the stealing, but I mean, Juliet obviously knows.
Right, that's literally what Miho did in front of her.
Yeah.
Is this for one of your errands?
Yes, we're delivering those papers that were requested.
Oh, Miss Juliet! So good to see you. What was that all about?
I suppose you could call it another one of my hobbies. Sometimes, patrons have requests for information on their ancestors, or a piece of history that they'd like to
And because
learn
I've lived forever, I just have this information in my head.
Ah, of course.
For example, Mrs. Aliyu wanted to know about
Oh,
her husband's
okay, wait, this is
culture
more
so she could
interesting.
teach
Hold
her
up.
new child.
Aww.
Husband's culture, is it fishing dad?
No,
I find and
she's too
collect what's
young.
requested, and bring it to those who asked.
Whoa. Sounds like a lot of work.
It can be, but I don't mind it. The past
I think
is
there
worth
might be a. I think
preserving,
there
but
might be a
not
tragic
everyone knows how.
implication, right? Eh?
It's my
As to
honor
why the
help
husband is
people
not
do
able
so.
to teach it himself.
Or it's
But
like
let's
a-
let's have a nice one
Such as
where
dear
it's just
Orpheus,
that
who's
he,
delivering
you
a
know,
letter on the
doesn't
far side
isn't
of
able to
town
trace
for
his
me.
family back very far. Maybe he's adopted.
Oh, I was gonna say that, like, he's like several
Are all
generations
the bats your
removed, right?
helpers?
Yeah.
Some more than others. They're friends, not pets. And so if they don't feel like helping, then I won't force them.
I guess that's one way to look at it. She likes being bothered. We're going to like a club?
This is one of our
Oh, movie theater!
theaters. They show all the
Ah.
most popular films, as well as independent ones from local creators.
Name a movie.
Have you ever been to see a movie before?
Not in a place like this. I know what movies are, but I don't think I've ever watched one.
Oh my god, what is her first movie gonna be?
It's got to be named, right?
You should try it sometime. Maybe you'll find you like them.
Suggest a movie. Name a movie
Movies
that's
can
in
make
theaters
feelings
right
of
fucking
different
now.
things. Happy, sad,
She's
scared,
gonna go see the Mario
or
movie.
just a
There we
mix.
fucking. If that was your first movie, could you imagine if that was your first movie? Like that was your.
That was
Good
your
for
first
making you
impression of who
think.
Mario is.
And some are good.
Well,
because
that
you
too,
don't
but
have
also
to
that
think
is the
about
first your
anything
concept of what like a
and can
movie
just
is.
relax.
Why would I want to watch something that makes me sad or scares me?
For some,
It says,
it's
Miho,
fun to
wow,
explore
I
different
can't imagine
emotions
a
in
better
safe
voice for
environments like
Mario.
that.
Very true. She would have no
Something that
preconceived
makes us
notions
feel
about
stronger.
Mario.
It can stick with you. Perhaps cause you to view things in a different light. And if it ever becomes too much, you can simply stop watching or put on something else.
I'll try it sometime. Although, I don't know about the sad or
One step
scary
at a time.
ones.
Look, Mio can start just watching comedies.
Baby's first media criticism. Come on, it's one step at a time.
Mio's first movie is
There's
gonna be
nothing
Jack
wrong
in
with
Jill,
that. Everyone
It's gonna
has
be
different
Minions.
preferences.
and she's gonna be like, "I don't think that bird should be in that chocolate."
She's gonna be like, I know a bird that happened to once. It's really fucked up, actually.
It's crazy. They shouldn't make light of this.
It wasn't a real bird
It's very,
in the movie.
but it was a real bird in real life. It was a
It was
bird
never
playing
a
a fake
real-
bird.
Miho, the story that Miho tells is about a real bird, yeah. But
Right.
the bird in Jack and Jill is not real.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. Cocaine Bear is in theaters right now. You heard about this?
No, I heard about the real news story. I knew,
They made a
I knew
movie.
that the movie existed, but like, how do
Out
you?
now.
How do you? The bear died immediately. What's there to make a movie about?
What are those for?
Well,
People
the
like to
movie
fish
is
off
the
this
2
pier.
hours that it lived before it died, I assume.
I don't think it lasted that long.
No.
They
They
cannot
just played
always,
10 minutes in
but
slow
I
motion for
believe
2
this
hours.
was used
This
for
is a
teaching
reimagining.
lessons during the day.
Look, not to belittle anyone in Hollywood, right? They're doing their best. They're working their jobs. That sounds very desperate.
Also fishing?
That's correct.
Oh shit! Can we get
Something
her into fishing? And she can just eat the fish.
Maybe.
Oh, Amicars is right. I have heard good things about Puss in Boots too.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I like doing as a
yeah.
fox, but I don't know if I'd like doing it the human way.
There we go. She has a hobby. It's fishing.
Should you decide?
I guess
you'd
it's
like to
also like a
try,
necessity,
I'm
but it's
sure
also a
there will be
hobby.
Someone here who's happy to instruct you.
Wait. Fishing Dad.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have to
Maybe.
pick a hobby or if it just gives us the hobby. But Fishing Dad, right?
I think it's just options that'll show up in our map, and then we
Right,
can
but is
decide.
Fishing Dad there?
I'm
I hope
glad you found
so.
something that struck your fancy. Is there anywhere else you'd like to visit while we're out? Or should we return home?
Nah, I'm ready to head back. Is
A
there
boy
anything
at
for
1995 says the trailers for Cocaine Bear make it seem like people being harassed by a bear for the most part, which is basically just The Hangover Part 3. So
I'm sure we can put something together.
Ah, of course.
dinner? Then let's go.
all right, new day started. I have to use the restroom. We'll be taking a quick break.
Okay, gamers. Just you and me now.
That's right. Don't get up to anything too crazy while I'm out. Don't commit any crimes.
I think Miho's days of committing crimes are over. Ah, so she's got to go find Aspen so that she sees her every day so that she doesn't forget. Kind of tense, kind of stressful if you ask me. I like this track a lot. Like, I feel like this would be really good music just to have, like, ambiently playing in the background of your house in the afternoon. Songs to take a nap to. We're gonna have to find out if it works to use like social media as well, or like text messages. She doesn't even have a phone. Like she doesn't even know how to read. Oh, I should tell one of my favorite stories that I've told on the stream before about my baby cousins. When my baby cousins were very baby, like, God, they had to be like 3 and 7. Me and my brother were there for Christmas, and we were playing Pictionary with them, and we were gonna have like we were gonna do teams where like one of them was with me and one of them was with my brother, because you know they were so little. They're 12 years younger than us, so we were already teenagers, and but they wanted to be on a team together against us. And so, you know, I was already 19 at the time, so it was very funny. And so we were playing, and of course, you know, me and my brother, we go through our turn, we figure it out, you know, nearly immediately, because it's Pictionary, and then it's my baby cousin's turn, and the younger one is the guesser, and the older one is the one that's drawing. And he's like working on it, and the younger one, he can't get it, he doesn't know what it is, and we let them write words as well, like to give him like a little bit of a chance. And so he starts writing a word out, and he's like, why can't you figure this out, you know? And they run out of time and they don't guess it, and the younger one goes, dude, I can't even read. And for so long, whenever like me and my brother would say that to each other after that moment, and of course they don't remember this at all because they were so little, but we remember, and so we for a long time after that, we said to each other, when we didn't understand something or when something was overwhelming, we would say, dude, I can't even read. God, it's so funny. My little baby cousin is really funny. Now, so many years have passed since then, that dude I can't even read is now 17. He's in his or I guess he's 16. He's almost 17. He'll be 17 this summer. So he's 16 now.
Did he ever learn how to read?
No.
Wow.
He's also fucking ripped. He's jacked now.
So he doesn't
super
need
tall.
to read. He doesn't need to work out at the
doesn't need to
library. He's working out at the gym.
Yeah. Him and his older brother had like a summer of where they became Chads last year. Because they're just, both of them are now, and they've always played sports, and they're both sort of at the same time, the age where they can build muscle. And so they're really like, you know, I think that a lot of young men go through this of like, oh, like I can do this now, and they like want to see like what their bodies can really do, and like try different extreme sports and stuff. But they're like getting into, and it's funny because Urchin can give them advice, so they think he's super cool because he's very strong and he does combat. And they were like so excited. They're like texting me to like tell them more about Dagger here and stuff like that. And my aunt is like, no, you can't do that. You're gonna get hurt.
Here's a real sport to try: self-respect, folks.
Anyway, they're doing pretty good, but they're so big now. I mean, their dad's like super tall, so they were always gonna be big, but they're big and muscular now, and it's just nuts. I remember holding them in my hands.
Anytime now.
It's crazy how time works.
Yeah, it's linear.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Right as I think about getting back into crime.
So anyway, like I was saying, my uncle taught me this trick to make it taste better. You put a little bit of salt in the coffee and it brings out the flavor.
Wait, Lena's cool. Wait, hold up. We need to meet Bird Girl more.
But just a little bit.
Sorry about that. I got a little held up.
I was thinking maybe you forgot about me after all.
No, you're not rid of me that easily. I was just...
I tried it, and it's really good. Have you tried it? Remind me. I'll
Lena,
make you one.
Lena's got real
Sometimes it's
18 years old energy.
Every time
Yeah,
I make a
I
drink,
guess she is a
eventually
bird.
People will start realizing that their coffee's better when I make it, but they won't know why.
I'm gonna put MSG in the coffee now.
Talking to Lena. That can always take longer than you expect or plan for. But she and I often look the other way for each other on certain things.
What does Lena do? Wait, lore.
Such as letting you in before the store opens, for instance.
Oh, am I not supposed to be here? That's cool.
It's like crime, but I'm allowed to do it.
I are the two fastest. You kind of have to be when she's involved.
What do you mean?
I'm sure you'll see. Come on, what do you want today?
Also, right, it says she talks chorps, and I don't know how to feel about this, about Lena.
Here's a paper copy, if that's easier to read.
Sorry, can't read it.
Oh, do you need a Korean version? I'm afraid we don't have one.
Oh, nah. Can't read any languages.
She has realized.
You're joking, right?
Oh my god. I can't.
I can't believe it. I just can't. So you've never... You haven't. Wow.
Oh no, she's spiraling.
What the scallop?
This woman, books are so important to her. Look at her.
Yeah?
Books are her whole world.
I suppose that explains a lot. Still, I just can't imagine.
Yeah, big, I get it now,
Anyway,
doesn't get it
if
at
you want
all.
to try
Energy to
something
this
new,
interaction.
then how about our ambrosia latte? It's one of our seasonal beverages with apple and caramel.
That sounds nice.
Husband's
and
gonna teach us to
coffee.
read, though.
I've never had that before.
Yes, well, we're experimenting with the recipe still.
It's basically like an apple pie coffee thing. That sounds normal.
I said that we should try adding more cinnamon to it.
Lena's so cool.
Yeah.
Aspen said it would overwhelm the other flavors, but I add extra whenever I make one, and so...
Oh my god.
Oh my god, she
Lena,
just does
are you
whatever she
serious?
wants.
Well, yeah. How else are we gonna find out which one's better?
Lena is out here doing A-B
she can tell us which
studies.
one she
She's
likes more.
figured it out.
That's right.
Lena!
I like that she has inadvertently gotten herself in on providing free drinks for
Yeah. I
Miho.
love that they really sat down and were
Right,
like,
well,
who
I have
is
to
a
open the
coworker
registers and
that
put on the coffee.
Aspen, who
I'll
is
have your
very
drink in a couple
kind and
minutes.
accommodating, would still
But also
have
a little
difficulty
clumsy.
working with? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I can't imagine how difficult it would be to open with Lena there.
Oh my god, what is she listening to? Is she listening to Nightcore?
It doesn't say. Also, not to start a conversation, but she's like a bird person, right?
Yeah.
Where are those earphones going?
Oh, we'll have to get to know her better to find out.
Here you go.
Right.
One ambrosia latte.
Birds have ears.
I mean, I know that, but like, does she have ears
It's got
under
two
the big like
holes.
wings on her face, or are they somewhere else?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Hopefully it tastes good too.
Like again, I have to think. I think about this. Miho is probably not the best judge of taste, only because as a fox, she's mostly eating like scraps and trash.
Garbage. She only eats garbage trash. Yeah.
Right, and then now as a human, it's like, oh well, I have to steal things from the convenience store, right?
Yeah. She has a child's palate still.
It's
Right.
a little sour, but it's not bad. Not as good as a fairy kiss chiller, though.
Well, I can't complain about that.
Then Lena flies in, fucking drink
So,
mine.
have you decided how you're going to spend your day?
Not yet. What about you?
Right? It says, please give Miho a singular pepperoni pizza combo.
And kill her?
There's still another 7.5 hours left on my shift, so I'll be here for quite a while.
Oh my
After work, I
god.
try to have a social life or get some writing done. Although
Yeah.
lately I usually just collapse on the bed and take a nap.
That's that 8 to 5 grind lifestyle, baby.
Wow.
Hey, me too! Without a bed, though.
Yes, well, I'm sure frolicking through the flowers and chasing rabbits gets tiring.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit.
Are there rabbits
Ooh.
around here?
Rabbit.
Not for long, I imagine. Speaking of which, have you thought about what I said yesterday? About getting a job? It seems you have more than enough time on your hands.
Do not teach her how to make
You
coffee.
do know what a job is, right?
More or
Aspen's
less.
losing it.
I mean, I've seen people at work before, but I've never had my own job before you ask.
Yeah,
Aspen's
Sid says,
spiraling.
Aspen, you just found out she can't read.
Yeah.
What do you
She's
think
an
she's
animal.
doing as a job?
Yeah.
Anyway, you'd have money to buy things you want, and you wouldn't have to steal to get it.
What do I need money for, though? Juliet lets me sleep at her house, and she even gives me food.
I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but Juliet can't take care of you forever, you know?
I know.
Also, Aspen has literally been one
I
day.
don't even know what kind of job I could get. Is there some place that would
Yeah!
hire me to steal things?
It's called the
Well.
freaking capitalism machine, baby! Not to
me,
get
though,
political.
no.
We don't get
But
political on
maybe
this
you
stream.
can find a way to use those skills. Maybe you could be a security guard somewhere, or a locksmith.
Oh, that's right. If you're good at breaking in, you're also good at
Yeah.
stopping people from breaking
Go
in.
go from red hat to
Maybe.
white hat. Yeah.
That's right. To pea hat,
What exactly is your job, anyway?
like Zelda.
Yeah. Spin me around.
Well, as you know, I'm a barista. That means I make coffee and tea and hot chocolate and whatever else our customers ask for. Some people rely on our products just to get through their day, so I consider it to be a very important job.
That's right. If anyone asks, this is an essential service.
If we were to
I'm
close or go
glad
out of
that
business,
we are getting
there would be a
this
great many
little
people who would be
peek into
distraught
how
over it.
uptight Aspen is, as if you couldn't already tell by everything else about her.
Right. This is revealing things about Aspen we should have already known, but just like
This is
gets to be put into words.
Yeah, what? Oh my goodness, I've already forgotten her
Wow.
name from
And you're gonna do this
Heart
for
of
the
the
rest of your
Woods.
life?
Maddie.
Maddie. This is our Maddie.
Not for that long, I hope. It's not my passion by any means, but I don't mind it. It can be rather exhausting, though, especially
Maddie,
on
but
busy
with books
days.
instead of films.
Instead of films, yeah, please don't call them movies. She's a film student.
Can't say she's selling me on this whole job idea.
Miho, welcome to the world. Welcome to being a person.
It's this.
It's for my webcomic.
Yes!
Ray says, have you ever considered working at the cinema?
This is my writing.
I could probably
notebook.
steal this and sell
One
it.
of the
Thanks, Miho.
best.
God, Miho.
My passion is writing, bringing stories and characters to life, making people feel what I feel. There's nothing quite like it. So challenging, yet rewarding. It's both my favorite activity and also the most frustrating one. This notebook is full of story ideas, lines
my
that I come up with, or other
My
interesting
wife.
details. One of the best parts of working here at the Bell House is that I get to meet so many interesting and inspiring people.
That's the nicest way to talk about people who come to this coffee shop.
For example, when you first came in, I wrote a brief note about you. I never imagined that just a few days later we'd be having this conversation.
Trust me, I didn't either. What did you write about me?
What did you write about me?
I don't remember, just that I wrote something.
Oh,
It's
you
in
wrote that
another
she was
notebook, not this one.
cute.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's
Yay.
like, it's embarrassing or I cannot repeat it because it is not kind.
Oh, delinquent, yeah.
My dream is that someday I'll be able to make a living from my writing.
Because you know she remembered.
In fact, when I moved to Wellington a couple of years ago, that was supposed to be the first step. It's been taking longer than I'd like so far. Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself that I'm not going to sleep that night until I finish at least a chapter.
That's a lot, Aspen. Wait.
That is a lot.
But then by
What
the
is this,
time I'm done
NaNoWriMo?
with work, all I want to do is pass out. Of course, that just puts me further and further behind. I've really only myself to blame, I suppose, but life doesn't make it easy for me. Saying it like that, I can't fault you for not wanting to get a job.
She's realized.
There we
I'm
are.
only here because I need some way to pay the bills. That's just the life of a starving artist for you.
Did someone say job? Are you getting a job here?
Oh my god,
Is this an
Lena.
interview?
Lena's so nosy.
I love her.
No, Miho's just a friend. And were you eavesdropping on us?
Uh-oh. Stream drop out for a bit? Uh-oh. I see a red.
Uh-oh.
You're still here,
Uh-oh.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Might as well just sit here for a second and just take it in. What's coming back?
Yeah.
Well,
Nice to comic relief character. I guess we were sorely needing one.
needing what?
We needed a comic relief.
Yeah, I guess Lena really is the comic relief. Like, Aspen's sort of,
dropping
but
so many
like,
frames.
mostly like the helplessness sort of thing, right? It's not really the same. Lena's definitely our, like, comedy character.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it's.
Yeah, I don't know what's
seems
going
like
on.
Something happened. I guess I didn't have my stream going, so I'll run it now and see.
Yeah, I think I'm basically just waiting for it to reconnect and get better.
Come on.
Rayday's right. Lena talked so fast that she made the stream unstable. Man, it's going wild. I've never seen the internet laugh like this. And the rest of my internet's fine, so I don't know what's going on. I refuse to edit this out, though. You can't make me.
Can they hear us just fine? It's just the video that's messed up?
I can't tell. Can they hear us?
I'll listen to the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, the audio sounds normal.
Okay. Well.
It's a little choppy.
Sure. But when aren't we, right?
Yeah, we're all...
Oh, wait. That was yellow. Yellow's better than red. Alright, we'll move a little forward.
It's not eavesdropping if you're in public.
Very true, Lena.
Damn.
If you are having a conversation in public, you can just listen in. This will get you killed one day, Lena, though. Because you will listen in on a mafia.
Tell me you're joking.
About what? Anyway, that's too bad. We could definitely use the help.
Yeah, I guess if there's a... Okay, so imagine there's a third person working there. After training, that does reduce the amount of work for
why not apply
Lena
here
and
if you're looking
Aspen.
for work? I
Right?
bet Aspen
Yeah.
will put in a good word for you, right?
Well, Aspen knows that she can't read, so she probably wouldn't.
Green! Green! We're back.
Oh, yay!
We waited it out, folks.
I could do it
Good.
too. It'd
We
kinda
weathered
be
the
lying,
storm.
I guess, since I don't know you that well, but you seem like an alright person.
Lena's cool because she just loves openly admitting to doing things that are wrong.
Is Lena like 19? Is that
Lena
the
has to
difference?
be
Is
like
Aspen's,
19 or
28?
20.
Yeah.
Like, just on the cusp of, like, understanding these sorts of things, but just being willing to admit them instead of, like, sugarcoating it.
I mean, if Aspen trusts you, you have to be okay, I think. I can go get you an application right now if you want. I printed out a whole stack of them yesterday. Actually, it's the second stack, because the first one generated...
Yeah, she's definitely, like, 20.
Lena, I am begging you to please be normal.
That's the name drop! Name drop for the video game!
What? Tell me why it's a bad idea.
Also, I just want to say, right here, this little thing right here, right now, this is what it's like on stream. The chat is Aspen, and we are Lena.
This is gonna be the base
What's your
image
name
for
again?
the political cartoon next week.
That's right.
Not a CG.
Do you not think, period?
Do you not think Miho could do it?
No, it's not that. I'm sure she'd do great. It's just...
Wait.
It's just I'm lying. She
fine.
can't read.
Would I get to work with you?
I mean, without being able to read, you could learn how to put on a pot of coffee.
Yeah, we'd work together.
Yeah, true. She knows
You
numbers.
met Aspen, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be there too.
Wow!
Amazing.
Lena's so cool. Randy says, I want Lena to talk to me until I pass out from dehydration.
It's
Oh
certainly an
my
idea.
God.
Perhaps one we should discuss
We
later.
need a higher cost girls. for
Lena,
comments
you and
like
I
that.
should be getting to work, don't you think?
Okay, boss.
But
Boss.
she would keep making coffee for you so you wouldn't dehydrate.
Yeah.
She
Please
would
just
keep
go
bringing you
unlock the door.
drinks.
Okay.
Feel free to hang out for a bit if you'd like, Miho. Although it's going to get busy soon, so I won't...
Yeah, we could have a
Oh,
point
I
reward for
almost
please
forgot.
be normal. And it's more expensive. That's the expensive one.
Yeah, that's the 50,000 one.
That's the eject button.
Do. Come play tennis with me this afternoon.
Wait! Lena plays tennis?
Tennis?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know, you hit the ball back and forth over the net.
I know what it is. Is that your hobby?
I like that she's just like, this is like her like vocab thing, right? Now she's like, that a hobby?
For now.
Yeah, when someone redeems please be normal, we end the stream.
That's right. That's why it has to be the 5 million point reward.
I'll think about it. I should try something new myself too.
I wasn't asking. Anyway, you said it yourself. You're totally coming. So I'll see.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
Lena's insane.
Yeah, she's fucking nuts. Oh my god.
Oh, right. There's one more thing.
Go to work.
Try this. Tell me which one you like more. The one I made or the one Aspen made?
Lena's so fucking annoying.
God. Oh my
Okay.
god. They've really outdone themselves at Studio Elan this time.
This is how I know that Lena is us. Because she's
Yeah.
fucking annoying, and
Yeah.
that's not true.
Oh,
It's the
so
chat.
good. Lena's great. I definitely won't ever get annoyed by this character.
Yeah. In fact, I'm not mad. I'm laughing, actually.
So, what you think? Come on, be honest.
They're both good.
Sure, but which one's better?
I think cinnamon's not that strong a flavor, actually, like on its own.
Lena, don't you think maybe you should go check the croissants?
Nah, I already looked at them earlier. A couple of them were kind of schoolish, but I tried to massage them back into shape. Don't worry, I watched.
Ah.
Why don't you go check on them again? Or maybe the muffins, if you haven't yet.
Fine. We all know Miho just didn't want to hurt your feelings anyway.
God!
Oh my god. I love this metaphor, or this simile. Oh my god.
I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. She seems nice.
Sid said it right.
I
Lena is
loved it.
perfect for Miho, who doesn't understand society enough to hate this behavior.
That
I
is
cannot
certainly
believe how
one way you
utterly
could describe
unhinged
her.
Lena is. Oh my god.
What I was trying to say
The
earlier
humanoid
is that you
typhoon.
can stay here if you want, but I won't be able to chat. Our first customers will be here any minute now.
That's okay.
Oh no, the
I'll
stream.
probably go back to the library.
Again?
once
No,
I
it looks
finish
fine on my end.
All right, I'll see you later then. And don't feel obligated to finish both if you don't want to.
Look, what's going to be a problem with drinking 2 incredibly charged coffees this early in the
Give it a
morning?
try. Bye.
Yeah.
Do you think she's double fisting right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, she doesn't know what a croissant is. I like she's like, Juliet's voice is always nice and calm. And it's like, Aspen's got a fake nice voice that sucks.
Yeah. God, I love her. Aspen is my wife. "38-year-old girlfriend who still says sweet summer child."
Also, Rainick says, as a hardcore introvert, These unhinged bitches who won't leave you alone despite obvious cues that you're not interested are like my only friends.
Right? God, same. That's what I was like when I was younger as well.
I think that's what we're all like when we were younger, regardless of anything else.
That's why we're here streaming visual novels on twitch.tv, because we were like that.
We were annoying.
Yeah, we're still annoying to this day, but in a different way.
Okay, so... Okay. Oh, hold up. Okay, so it's afternoon. We're going to save here. So I see that there's nothing else set up for any of the stuff, like if we wanted to go fishing or whatever, right? Oh, we can't go anywhere else right now. I see. We've only got the one option right now.
Ah, yeah, we've been strong-armed into...
Now it's time to play a flash game tennis minigame.
Oh, please.
Yeah, she's a bird.
Yeah! Serve!
Is that fair? Oh my god, wait! Wait, dear man!
V-stars!
Where's...
V-stars!
Show me the fucking CG. Show me... What's he look like?
Miho!
Okay, that's what she looks like.
Wait!
Oh
This is
my
a very
God.
cute outfit. But also, where's this beast man?
Sorry, I wasn't sure what time I should come by. Or where.
Oh, right. I guess I should have told you. In that case, good guess.
She's got the most, like, 20-year-old cutesy voice possible.
Yeah. Is she like with tennis like your
Ready to
Spy
play?
Family? Where she's just ungodly at everything because of her, I don't know, well, the nature of having wings probably.
I think that benefits her a lot. I think she's more like TQ.
I guess so. I don't really know the rules, though.
I'm sorry, that's a reference for no one. So I apologize.
Would you like to explain or just move on?
TQ's an anime about people who ostensibly are in a tennis club. That's all.
Ah, oh, okay.
They mostly, like, do stupid shit, though.
I see.
Nah, it's fine. Me either. Just try.
But
to
it
get
seems
the-
like she's pretty good at
Okay.
tennis, right?
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't really tennis like a tennis outfit, but you know,
All right, here goes.
we can make it work.
Maybe a little less oomph next time. Let's try it again.
How long have you played tennis?
Like today or in my life?
Lena, what?
In your life?
Miho doesn't know that this is annoying. I love it. Right? He says, I love this bitch.
They're just they're both differently annoying, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, how about you?
About half an hour, I guess.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. See? We're both trying new things! Okay, break's over. Let's play some more! So, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
It was alright. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I don't know if I'd want to play on...
I don't know if I'd want to go to Wimbledon.
I can see why some people enjoy it, at least.
That's good. They meet a few times a week if you want to come back.
Will you be here?
Not sure yet.
Crush.
Ready, because we're planting trees here next time. Really exciting, right? If you want to help out, then come to me after.
Planting trees. Planting trees. Okay, got it!
Got what?
What I'm doing next time! I'll have to start studying up tonight so that I'm ready!
Bing, how do I plant a tree?
Okay, if you say so.
This is
And he just hears about a thing and is like, I'm doing that now.
You should come too.
I
if
think
you're not
I
doing
think she
anything.
might have a crush
I'll
on
tell
that
Aspen
person.
to give you the details.
Yeah,
Cyrus.
probably. We need a fucking shot of Cyrus. Is he
Sure.
the deer man? We don't know.
Don't know. Oh, that's right. Lena might not remember.
Oh?
We're not gonna see her every 24
Good.
hours.
All right, see you
Yeah,
then,
we'll see.
Miho.
I mean, if we're showing up to the coffee shop every time, right?
See ya.
Yeah.
We just have to stop by and say, hey. New day. Toast. How do you like your toast?
Go ahead and put it by the butter.
I guess with jelly?
No, I mean, like, how toasted.
Oh.
Oops.
Sorry, I should have been specific
Let me get
about
my
that.
bag out of your way.
I would say medium?
Okay. I'm probably about medium too. Just curious, 'cause I know there are a lot of people that like it really kind of charry, you know?
No, that's too much because it hurts.
Yeah.
If you eat the toast.
Yeah, I still want it
then
kind of soft in the center, right?
It gets you. I don't want to scrape the top of my mouth, but I want it to be crispy the whole way through.
Yeah. But Eurofibers says it, pure charcoal. To some people, right?
Yeah, that's what my dad is like.
Yeah. Also, Boy1995 asked a question I was literally thinking about. Is regularly visiting people going to be a mechanic? I don't know yet. Like, if we decide to visit... Like, is Fishing Dad going to remember us? Do we have to go to Fishing Dad every day? Which means we can't go to tennis? Like, what does that mean?
No! It can't be a stressful game. It's not supposed to be stressful.
That's where we're going to find out, right? Hopefully not, but... Does that mom
Yeah.
remember us?
Breakfast was as superb as always. Thank you, Juliet.
It's
Aspen,
my pleasure.
thankfully very easy to please in breakfast.
It tastes better when someone else makes it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you need to go, Aspen?
Is this your way of trying to get rid of me?
Oh my god! Aspen's secretly being, like, kind of mean.
Aspen sounds a little...
She's
a little
judgy.
pent
She's
up.
not mean. She's judgy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love her.
I haven't thought about that. I was just wondering.
I'm not sure if I should be flattered. Anyway, I'm working a mid-shift today, so I don't have to go in until...
You could have just said that, Aspen! But Aspen wants to be judgy.
She's so
Will you
judgy,
be
my
writing
wife.
Yes, I ought to. I'm about halfway through this draft, and I'm trying to finish it by the end of this month, so every minute helps.
Oh my.
Yeah, Aspen is a book talk
Halfway
girl
already.
for sure.
That's
Her
excellent
accent isn't
progress.
even
I
real.
look
Oh my
forward to
God.
reading it when you're finished.
Deep cuts.
Don't give me too much credit, I still have to get there first, and you know how that's gone before.
Has she just been working on the one book? I guess I don't know that either. I'm
Yeah.
assuming so.
What are you
Her great
writing?
American novel.
Yeah.
A book. I've been working on it for
Okay,
a couple
there we
years
go.
now, as long as I've been in Wellington.
Whoa. And you're only halfway done? How long is it gonna be?
It's actually more of a novella.
Only halfway. I wish it was as easy as you think it is.
Aspen, don't be mean!
It takes
She's a
time
fox.
to plan the story and prepare to write, and then even after the drafting is done, you still have to edit it and fix it. Of course, the more you write, the better you become at it. And so sometimes you notice flaws in your story that you didn't catch before, so you have to go back or start over.
How do you ever get anything done then if you're always getting better? Don't you just have to finish it eventually?
Yeah, Aspen.
Well, like I said, it's not
Damn.
that simple.
Aspen says, well, you know, it's like Miyamoto once said. A delayed game is eventually good.
Anyway, it's difficult to explain to someone who's never written anything. Believe me, any writer would tell you the same thing.
Aspen, you are like, you've got to be like 25 or something. Oh my god.
Aspen.
And you? Did you end up finding something to fill your time?
She's already mad.
Oh,
She's already
like a
mad.
hobby.
She's jealous of Miho.
Maybe. I don't know yet.
Well, don't worry about it too much. It's supposed to be fun, not something you have to force yourself to do. Although I'm hardly one to talk, there are times where I want to do anything except write.
It's okay. At least you have something. Julia told me about movies, so I might try watching one of those. Have you ever seen a movie?
Is she gonna say film? Is
Once
she gonna
or
say
twice,
film?
I'm sure.
Actually, Miho, there
Did
was
not say
something I wanted
film.
to ask you.
She would say film, though.
I'm
She's
waiting
very
for
coy
it.
about it, so.
What's that?
Well, how would you feel about helping out around the library? as
There we
a
go.
part-time job? I'll pay you for your time, of course. It would give you something to do during the day, and it would be a great help to me.
Really?
Well, it says Miho should publish a book before Aspen.
But I thought you didn't need
The
any
side
help
quest,
in
Miho learns about AI writing. She's like, oh, this is really easy.
It's true that I don't need it. The honor system has served me well for the day-to-day services, and I'm kept informed of any troublemakers.
By the bats? Oh my god, wait, are
But
they?
in addition to the
are they
kind
the,
assistance
employees?
From Aspen in the mornings, I also have to reshelve books, maintain the check-in and check-out logs, and more. I
And
don't
more.
mind those tasks at all. In fact, I find them rather relaxing. But without them, I'd be able to devote more time to other pursuits.
Fencing.
If
Oh,
you're
for sure.
uninterested, you're more than welcome to decline. You needn't worry about being kicked out or disappointing me. I'm perfectly content either way.
But I won't have time for any of my hobbies.
Drink all my drink. Oh, I forgot to say that tonight I was drinking one Mountain Dew Zero, the raspberry lemonade flavor, Mountain Dew Spark, mixed with one cherry blossom flavored LaCroix.
What in the world?
It was pretty good. I would say that the cherry blossom LaCroix did not do enough to cancel out the tartness. I could have added even more LaCroix, and it was still too tart. So,
if you find it's not for you, then I won't be upset. Why don't you take the rest of the week for yourself, and you can begin on Monday?
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Excellent. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Cherry Blossom LaCroix has that, like, light cherry with a hint of salt, like the true Sakura experience, and I'm, like, way into it.
Learning to live an honest life.
Feeling. Oh my god. We gotta pick Aspen next time.
To see what she's up to when she does her work.
Yeah, because she's already kind of annoyed with us, and I am living for it.
Yeah, if you got a job now, you could, if you moved, get another job. You know? Oh, there he is.
Oh.
There he is.
There he is.
Is Cuba Street, is that the child we met before?
I think that's the mom, yeah.
Oh, the mom? Okay. She did have short hair, you're right, yeah. Now we gotta save and think about it.
I think we know where we gotta go.
We gotta meet Fishing Dad, right?
Yeah, we need our dad to teach us how to fish.
Very true, you know? There he fucking is!
There he is!
We need to learn more about... We didn't even learn his name last time.
Hold on. Don't I know him?
Whammer says, looked it up, and yeah, Cuba Street is the neighborhood of Wellington IRL, which I guess is why it's so rainbow oriented in the game. I didn't realize.
Yeah, this is real Wellington.
A lot of Kiwi lore going on.
Yeah.
Tell me what a Kiwi is. Son?
Son?
Fishing son? Does he have a Sprite?
Hey, Mr. Kim, can you give me a hand?
Mr.
That's a
Kim!
pirate. That's a pirate who needs help.
That is a pirate, yeah.
He's also, it's ironic. He says, can you give me a hand because he has a hook.
Yeah.
Fisherman had... Fisher was a man with a hook.
Come in.
I need some help too. Which bait should I use?
That depends on the fish. Let's take a look. Hello there, miss. Here for a bit of fishing?
I was thinking about it.
You've certainly come to the right place. First time fishing?
Freydis is man pull, hand hook, fish pull. Thank you.
With a rod, at least. I usually do it with my teeth.
Oh, I can't say I've ever tried that myself, but if you'd like to learn how to do things our way, I'd be glad to show you.
They just roll with it. They're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fox woman, you got it.
I mean, these creatures exist in this world, right? Like these.
Right.
These
So yeah, there's like, yeah.
animals.
Lena's like, I catch him with my feet. And it's like, yeah, go off, girl.
That's the
Yeah.
spirit. Here, why don't you go ahead and stand here? All right. Now let's see what you've got.
Right. So I stand like this and put my hand here.
Perfect! Nice job. Oh, I forgot to ask for your name.
I like this guy. He's great.
Miho.
Mm.
Nice job, Miho. Keep it up and you'll be a master angler in no time.
How long does it take to catch one?
Well, now that depends on the fish. It could be minutes or it could be hours. I've been after the same fish for years.
Oh my god!
You need to follow his story.
Don't you ever go home?
I certainly do. But I always come back. Patience is the most important virtue, other than maybe a bit of luck.
I love him so much. Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Mr. Kim rocks.
I got one. I got one.
Steady, steady.
Can you help?
Of course.
Oh shit! Look at all these other characters. Wait. Okay. Okay. So.
Yeah? We got like an Oni back there.
Right.
Or
There's like an
Piccolo?
Oni, and then there's like a.
A short king.
Right, I couldn't figure out. Right. It's like it seems like a very long torso. Are they like down on the ground? Maybe. Like, are they picking something up?
They don't have legs?
Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, this is a great shot. I love that. Is this? Are we gonna know this person? Are we gonna meet them fishing?
I guess so. They have a sprite.
Yeah, they have like a full face, right? They didn't get drawn without
Yeah.
features. I mean, the important thing here is the trout or the fish of whatever kind.
Beautiful.
Whoa! And isn't she beautiful? Congratulations.
I love how he reads all his lines.
Yeah, it's great. There gotta be some kind of red fish, right? I mean, it's red.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think, Miho? Does it beat the ways you've gone fishing before?
It was okay. I didn't catch anything in the end. But it was cool to watch you and that other person get one.
It's like that sometimes. You just have to keep trying. I hope we'll see you around again sometime.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks for showing me all that stuff.
Now I'm hungry for fish. Can we order in sushi? We can probably do one more day, you think?
It's probably time to start wrapping up. We got less
should we
than
wrap
10
it up?
minutes. Yeah.
Alright, well, we can save here.
That's a good, nice, satisfying ending.
Yeah. Next time, apparently, we're going to learn more about books.
Oh boy. Time to learn to read.
That's right. Let's see. We got
Let me join you.
we got a real one though. Where is no? Where is it? Let's fucking go.
Peer review.
Peer review. My God. What was the one
my
for
God.
What was the one? Hobby of the week. Incredible. So how are we feeling?
I'm so glad Mr. Kim is a recurring character.
Yeah, I'm glad we get to keep hanging out with Mr. Kim. I'm glad someone in the chat, I think, pinned him as a fishing guy, and I'm glad that that came to fruition.
Yeah, that's great.
Much appreciated. But yeah, no, I'm still having fun. It's very cozy, you know. It's just about learning how to live in a community and kind of get to know it, you know.
I think that this chapter we've introduced more conflicts, right? It's like, okay, so you want to do this, you want to learn about becoming human, but you're so far behind. Where do you even start? And people don't always have patience for you. And
yeah, like Aspen.
It's very interesting. Yeah, like Aspen, who doesn't.
Lena
have
has infinite
for a lot of people.
Energy for it. I wouldn't say it's necessarily patience.
I can't get over Lena and that this character has appeared as a fucking humanoid typhoon, as this chaotic off the rails.
Off the rails is correct.
She is nuts. Oh my God, she's just the most. She's just the most. I never would have expected a character like that to be in this game. It's so funny.
It's a lot.
She is cranked up to 11.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, all these play off of Miho really well, because Miho doesn't really know what she's doing, right? It's like, oh, do you want to get a job? Do you want to pick up a hobby, right? Like all the very small basic things to start with, which is just like, what do you want to do, right?
Yeah.
That's something she's never had to think about, so it's interesting giving us the freedom to also be like, I don't know, what if we checked out fishing with Mr. Kim, our guy?
Yeah, and Juliet is very patient with us, but Aspen is not.
I think that's also the difference because Juliet is also immortal.
Yeah, Juliet's already figured herself out. She, you know, and Aspen is still, she's upset because she hasn't achieved her dreams at the pace that she thought that she would. So she has a lot of reasons to resent Miho's way of living, how she's been able to live
technical freedom.
Yeah, without the pressure that surely is put on Aspen by herself and probably by people around her. She seems like someone who was raised to behave in a proper way at all times.
Mm.
And that there were only so many acceptable, you know, things to do and like be polite and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Anyway, it's great. I love them.
Yeah, no, it's
Lena,
been good.
Lena's the wild card.
Yeah, getting Lena as a real character and not just a one-off is great. Because she's a mess.
Just a disaster.
Absolute nightmare. I was about to say human, but not necessarily.
When are we going to find out what kind of bird she is? Because there's a part of me that's like, is she a bird or is she an angel?
I think she's bird.
I think she's a bird. I hope.
We gotta hang out with her more to find out.
She acts like I believe that a bird would be like this if they could turn into a human being.
Oh yeah, for sure.
amazing. I'm just overwhelmed by Lena and what a wacky character they've introduced.
What a character she is
over at Studio Elan.
And also the fact that she is also working with Aspen, who does not want to put up with this shit.
God, it's great.
Equally good.
It's like Aspen could probably work with 95% of people, right? Like she could figure out a way to like accommodate and work around just about everybody, but not Lena. Not that personality. That is really the
absolutely
one personality
not.
she can't tolerate. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it's good. Again, I'm having a good time. Very excited to see if there's more of a larger cast, if we need to worry about meeting these guys every day. You know?
Yeah, I'm nervous that about that.
That just sounds here's the thing though. That sounds like it's all like, and I don't mean this as like a knock to any studio for doing it, but like that just sounds like too much work to keep track of.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it doesn't apply.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's just like, because I think the idea is more that like she is forgotten, maybe because of magic, but also because she refuses to like enter into a community. So as she becomes closer to all these people remember her, right?
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be more of like a storyful thing than a true like curse thing.
Yeah, because the alternative is like that they forget every time, right? And then that feels like a big limitation on the writing.
Yeah, to have to write multiple versions of every scene to try to keep up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise I'm having a good time. I really appreciate the way it's opened up and all these different things that they're doing with the characters. It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything much to say else right now. It's like, it's a pretty slow burn, but it's just like, oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think things are definitely escalating. We're learning more about these characters.
Yeah, it's just still pretty, like, slow right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're going to run into any, like, existential threats. But
yeah.
I really want to learn more about the lore of this world as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that it keeps coming back is I want to know more about them, and I want more of these fucking characters to have sprites. I want to know about Deer Man.
Yeah.
I want to know about this fishing person, right? Like, where's that info? Here's hoping, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they have a lot to bring to the story, right? So I think that there's definitely an opportunity for this.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see more next week.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But not tonight. Tonight we're done.
Much. Yeah, tonight it's time to go to bed.
That's right. So thanks for joining us. As always, glad to be back. Hope to see you next week. Until then, I've been Chorps Away.
I've been Devious Vacuum.
And this has been Date Night.
And you are the stars.
Sweet dreams.
And Games Cameron.